Welcome back to Mars. Today we've got some science to do. You may remember that we have retrieved a strange artifact from the pond over there, or the lake. It seems to have been a piece of debris from one of the drones that exploded on us very suddenly. Also, I gotta check in on the eye over there because in the last episode, we translated the message successfully and it said, you must help 1 question per week. And I'm not quite sure what that means yet. I don't know if I'm supposed to be asking the eye 1 question per week or if the eye is going to have 1 question per week for me. But I think it's going to be worth going over there and checking in just to see if anything changed. You never know. But before we do any of that, one of the other things I want to do is start adding some support legs to this base here because it is uncomfortably just floating above the surface in some areas, and I think some support legs will help make it look a little bit more natural. So the leg I'm going to be using is by the half bot here. It is called base leg, and what I like about this one is it's relatively simple, not a whole lot of parts to it. Fits pretty well, just welding in there and welds right into the ground. I did look at a couple of other legs, but there were some drawbacks. This is one I was actually tempted to use, but it has one major drawback, and unfortunately it's not very long, so even if I weld it in some spots, it's still like it doesn't actually go all the way into the ground. But this one seems to have an appropriate amount of length to actually extend into the ground. Oh, and this support thing was made by Akushla122. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld a handful of these things down in various places to make it look like the base is kind of supported. And one thing I noticed that is kind of unfortunate is the hallways you can see are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like a 7-block gap in between. But if I try to do the same thing on the actual rooms, these appear to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's a 1-block difference between them, which is a little bit annoying. But I think if I just get rid of one of those blocks there, it should no longer interfere with this leg. So I guess I could just weld it at the corners like that. There we go. Yeah, that's actually adding a lot to this. It's looking a lot more natural already. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, I've just put a whole bunch of these legs down, and I think it actually adds a lot to the aesthetic of this thing. It no longer looks like it's floating above the ground. It actually looks like it is built on the ground, like with intent here. Look at this. All right, I think the immersion has now been slightly improved. So let's get into the science lab now and run some tests on this strange thing that we found inside one of those alien drones. All right, I left it right in the lab in the durability testing zone. Created a nice perimeter around it, and wait a minute. Okay, whatever this thing is appears to have activated in some sense or another and is now floating right in the middle of this area that I left it. It's exactly where I left it. It's just now up, seemingly defying gravity here. Is it just me, or are these lights flickering even more than normal? I don't know. I guess I never really paid attention to the light flickers before, but I don't know if there's anything to do with this or if it's just completely unrelated. But I'm kind of afraid to touch it now. Like, I don't remember it glowing like that. Like, it seems like there's a light on in the middle of it. All around, all sides. All right, well, I'm not too sure what to do with... Did you just see that? Okay, whatever this thing is just turned off and fell right back to the ground right in front of us. So, sounds like a good time to do some testing. Here, let's go ahead and put it on the handy dandy scale over here. And, oh wow. That's interesting, isn't it? This thing is only slightly heavier than nothing. And that includes the pipe. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, that is very strange. It pretty much doesn't really impact the scale. Like, the weight of the scale itself is hard enough for it to displace. Okay, well, that's an interesting result, isn't it? All right, well, let's run it through some heat tests and a water test as well. All right, initiating heat test. There we go. All right, it doesn't seem to be impacting it in any significant way. It's not turning back on, which I think is a good thing for us, but we'll have to wait for these results of the heat test to really see what it's made out of. All right, let's give it its water test next. There we go. All right, no significant response from the water test yet either. We'll have to check on the data results in a little bit. Let's go ahead and finish this off with a centrifuge test. All right, there we go. Activate the centrifuge. All right, and centrifuge test is concluded. So I'm gonna go ahead and look at the results and we'll see if there's anything interesting about this. Okay, we are in the garage for a reason here. I've gotten the results back from the analysis on this strange device here, and turns out the results came back indicating that this wasn't actually an unfamiliar piece of material. I sent some emails, I did some back and forth, and turns out there's a little high precision jetpack that we've used in previous episodes by the Halfbot here. If you look in the back, this is actually already our own technology. This is what we've used in some of our vehicle development to actually traverse Mars. Now, I'm not the engineer that built these things, so there's no way I could have known that, but maybe if some of the engineers actually showed up to the base once in a while, I wouldn't have had to figure all this out for myself. But this does leave one big question. Why was this already here at the lake? Why were these unfamiliar drones that I assumed were alien, why did they have our technology in them? Does that mean that it's not alien technology, or does that mean that our technology has been stolen by the aliens? This just leaves more questions than answers. So you know what, speaking of questions, we still have this whole 1 question per week mystery thing. So why don't we go and check on the eye and see if anything's new around there. So we're gonna take a new vehicle over there. This is the MCS Rover by Mustang GT 5700. Oh boy, this thing's big. Oh boy, it's bouncy too. Okay. Looks like we got some Mars Rover 5. What? Oh, that's fun. That's pretty cool. What is this? Is that a jackhammer? No way. There's like a little jackhammer that folds off the side. That's pretty cool. All right, there's a lot more to this than I thought there was going to be. Like some pretty complex suspension too. Got another ladder. Yes, it is. What is this underneath here? What is all this stuff? Oh, what? We've got a little helicopter and a little rover as well. Does this actually function? Oh my goodness, it's just going. It's going on its own. Does this do something? I think it just sits there spinning for some reason. All right, here, let's send this back. Are you just gonna? What happens if you see me? Oh. What is it doing? Huh. That's really interesting. All right, well, we don't need these right now. Don't want them to get lost. All right, what about the rear here? Is there a door? Yeah, there we go. Ooh. 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 Ooh, that was fancy. All right. I always appreciate a fancy walkway that opens up for you as an entrance. That is really fancy. All right, what do we got here? Deployable mirror. What is this? What? Oh. All right, I can control the satellite receiver thing there. Oh, that's okay. All right, we got lasers of sorts. Okay. What does this seat do? Oh, this is the drilling seat. Okay, I can turn the jackhammer or the drill or whatever it is on and off. And then we find, oh, we've got deployable beds as well. Oh, there we go. We got a big old sunroof where we sleep under. Might want to put a shade over that. I mean, if you want to wake up at sunrise, I guess that's a good way to get woken up automatically by the sun. Is this bed gonna go back up? There we go. All right, well, now that we've gotten distracted enough, we got the suspension mug too. Now that we've gotten distracted enough by this thing, let's go ahead over to the eye. See what happens. Oh boy, is this max speed? Hold on, maybe I'll have there's lights. Oh, that's the rear door. Oh boy, this thing is so slow. Yeah, we've got the engines accessible out on the side. Let me turn up I'm gonna turn up the speed of this thing a little bit. Let's just put them up to whatever the max limit is for them right now. And hope that's not too extreme. Now, how does it feel? There we go, there's some decent speed. Oh boy, I may have done a little bit too much. Maybe it's a little bit too much, what? Oh no. The suspension is so floppy when you go up in the air like that. I guess that's why they probably chose that particular speed. But hey, this thing's traversing these dunes no problem. Okay, here we are. Now let's find out if this thing actually looks any different. All right, let's start over here. So it said, I think it started off with "you must help," and I think I remember mostly what the letters of the language are. So let's see if anything's different about the formations here. All right, yeah, that's YOUMUSTHELP period. Okay, US help still. Now this used to say 1 question per week. 1 quest IONPERWEEK period. Okay, nothing has changed over here. So perhaps I'm the one that has to ask some questions. So let me see if I can maybe write out something for it. All right, so let me spawn in our cipher here. All right, so there's our cipher. So let's go ahead and build out a board on which to maybe write a message to this eye, and we'll see if anything happens in response. I don't know how I'm supposed to help. I guess that's a good question. How help? All right, so let's ask it how we're supposed to help. So we're gonna start with the H here. I also, there's a ton of questions I have, but I only get 1 question, I think, at a time. I would love to also ask it, who are you? Are you human? Maybe where are you from? Is this your home? Are you human? There's so many questions I could ask. All right, so there's how. I guess I'll say, how do I help? D is a little bit of that. D, and then O again. Okay, how do... I'll just do I down here. Keep it all together. I is... Oh, I remember I. There we go. That's I. How do I? H. There's H. E. L. What is L? Where's L? All the way down, and then 3 there. And then P. P was a little bit more complicated. There we go. Straight up and down like that. 1 over in that corner, and then 3 there. All right. Oh, help totally looks like the word help when you look at it. How do I help? Wait, there was a question mark. There's a question mark. So there. Probably good to have punctuation to indicate this is my 1 question this week. Question marks are complicated. All right, how do I help? Question mark. Can you see it? Are you nearsighted or farsighted? How good is the quality of your vision, your eye vision here? Maybe I should leave the translator for it too, so it can translate back. All right, I'll leave this here, and I guess I'll find out next week if anything changes. Since I'm over here, there was something over here that I wanted to observe. I forget I forget the context of how I noticed it last time, but I noticed that there's a big crater over here. So let's take the rover, and let's go down inside and see what we can find. All right, there seems to be an entryway. Okay. All right, well, this is obviously where the, oh no. Oh no. Okay. That may be a very expensive mistake here. Well, hold on a second. I got an idea. You ready for this? This is not helping. This is not helping at all. Oh, well. Deploy the drones. They'll help us. Okay, hold on. Let's get out. Oh boy, this is disorienting. This is very disorienting. All right, come on. Please work. Oh, we're stuck inside again. I'm gonna have to carve my way out of here. My bad. I'm sorry. We'll send you back for repairs, okay? All right, anyway, what's up with this place? Let's go ahead and take a look through here. This appears to be a meteor crash, but there's some interesting things coming out of the meteor, as if they're like antennas of some sort. So, I mean, those things do not look natural, but the meteor looks like it's made out of rock. Might have to do some sample analysis. And ooh, what do we got over here? It looks like we have a rock wall blocking off what appears to be some type of cave with stuff inside there. So it might be worth coming back with a mining vehicle to see if we can mine our way in there. A very interesting rock formation. It's possible that this meteor impact may have actually uncovered something that may have been previously buried underground. So yeah, we'll definitely have to come back here with a mining vehicle at some point to see what happens. This is a massive crater though. Man, a lot of stuff happened in this episode. We gave our entire base some new legs. We discovered that that drone actually had our own technology in it. We've posed a question to the eye in its own language asking how to help. And we've discovered a mysterious crater with a potentially technological meteor that has crashed into it. That may have uncovered a potential cave site that is worth maybe sending a mining vehicle to break through. So let me know what you guys think. What would you like to see in the next episode of the Mars series? Should we do some more exploration? Is there anything else you think should be added to the base? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this, you'll probably enjoy some more that you can find on the end screen right here. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.